Hello students, welcome to online classes from KV Rai Academy. I am Arun Pandey. I am going to discuss class 9 subject biology chapter 5. And the name of the chapter is Why Do We Fall Ill? As name of chapter is Why Do We Fall Ill? So inside this chapter 5, Why Do We Fall Ill? We are going to discuss today in this video about infectious diseases. So what about infectious diseases? Inside infectious diseases, we first discuss on infection. What are the infection? The disease causing organism, also called pathogen, and pathogen that proliferate and results in tissue injury. Pathogen which proliferates and results in tissue injury, which cause a disease, is called infection. Infectious disease is an illness caused due to infection. Infectious disease is the illness caused due to infection, or communicable disease are always caused by means of some infectious agent. Some infectious agent results in the form of infectious disease. These infectious agents spread disease from person to person. Means this type of disease, infectious disease, can transfer from person to person. So now I am going to discuss about infectious agent. The disease causing organism belong to different categories. That is, pathogen belongs to different categories. What are they? They are bacteria, fungi, and single-celled organism. Some diseases are caused due to multicellular organisms such as different type of worms. The agent that cause infectious disease or communicable disease is called infectious agent or pathogens. Now, I am going to describe about viruses. Viruses are smallest infectious agent. Viruses are smallest infectious agent. They don't have cellular structure and their own metabolic machinery like other organisms. They are active only when inside the living cell of other organism. When viruses enter the living organism inside the living body, they are active, and out of the living body they are inactive, act as non-living things, and they perform the characteristics of living things only their host body. When they enter inside the living body, they perform the characters of living things. And outside the living things, outside the cell, remain inactive viruses. But they are capable of infecting all the life forms, either microscopic or macroscopic. They are able to cause infection in all life forms. Now bacteria are unicellular prokaryotic microscopic. Bacteria are unicellular prokaryotic microscopic. Under a favorable condition, bacteria reproduce. When they find their favorable condition, then they multiply and reproduce. Viruses relatively few fungi bacteria reproduce very quickly. Bacteria are the causative agent of several diseases in human as well as other living organisms. So, these things about bacteria. And then fungi. Fungi are eukaryotic heterotrophic. Fungi are eukaryotic heterotrophic and mostly multicellular organism. Fungi are mostly multicellular organism. In comparison to bacteria and viruses, relatively few fungi cause disease in humans and other organisms. Fungi may infect hair, nails and skin of humans, but animals may also have fungal infection on their skin. Protozoans are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. Protozoans are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. A number of protozoans pathogens cause disease in humans. Worms are large multicellular disease causing parasite of the humans. Roundworms, tapeworms and pinworms are some common worms that live in human intestine and cause disease. So after explaining infectious agent inside the topic infectious disease, now we are going to discuss about the topic importance of categorization of infectious agent. Importance of categorization of infectious agent. The categorization of infectious agent help in the identification of the common characteristic of different members of the same group. Once again, try to understand, students. The categorization of infectious agent help in the identification of the common characteristics of different members of the group. The members of one group share common biological characteristics. Members of one group share common characteristics and process similar metabolic pathway. Therefore, a drug used to block the infection caused by member of the group is also found to be effective in blocking the infection caused by the other member of that group. Suppose there is a group, one member of the group cause another disease, second member of the group cause another disease, but drugs given to block the first member and that drug also effective to block the second member of the group also. It is found to be effective in blocking the infection caused by the other member of the group. Hence, categorization of infectious agent is helpful in facilitating effective treatment against infection. So we can say that categorization of infectious agent is helpful in the effective treatment of the disease. Now, I am going to discuss about differences among infectious agent. Differences among infectious agent. The infectious agent differ from each other in many ways. Infectious agent differ from each other in many ways. Let us consider an example of viruses which live in